and do assisted check-in with a couple of participants. So on the first step, on the location step, you can see we're going to do this test on site. And really the key here is we're doing this assisted check-in. So it's this second button down under the site. We have assisted check-in. We check that box. Now this feature that I'm showing today works if you are using RedJade to recruit or if you upload participants into the database. Okay, so I'll show you, I uploaded participants. This same exact feature works if you use RedJade to recruit. So what you would do is you would click next, and on the next step, you'll notice that I have actually set up 2 participant groups. All right, so I have 2 participant groups and I've named them to make it easy for me to figure out who I want these participant groups to be. So I've named one participant group parents and the other participant group children. I've set their participant codes to be different so that it's easy for me to identify the differences. I've set the number of participants and I've set the demographic. So when I uploaded my participants into RedJade for this test, this is the file that I uploaded. And you can see here I had the name, the gender, their brand preference, their buying frequency, and then I had a demographic called parent or child. And you can really use these participant groups and demographics with any of these demographics. I just chose to use parent and child, but you can really use any of these for this feature. Right, and you can see if you choose one, I would need to delete both so that I could use something other than parent or child. You have to use the same demographic for each of the participant groups, and then you use one of those categories within the demographic to assign the numbers. Right, you can see also that my participants that I uploaded exist here. For example, Aldo Clark is a parent. He buys monthly, brand A is his brand frequent preference, and he's male. Okay, so you upload that group there. The test is scheduled the same way it would be for any other on-site test. You can see I scheduled it today from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then I have my questionnaires, and you can see here I have a kids questionnaire with smiley faces. And I have a parents questionnaire with a typical overall opinion score. I've also added a demographic survey that I only want to ask of parents. Okay? So the next step is I have my design block. Now the dual participant groups we set up on step 2 allows us to have a unique design block for parents and a unique design block for children. So this really is allowing us to run a completely separate test with parents and children at the same time under the same test. Right? You'll see here parents are going to have the demographics survey, and then they're going to evaluate, you can see the questionnaire, they're going to evaluate the parents' questionnaire and the demographics. And the kids are just going to evaluate the kids' questionnaire. And again, we can confirm that by clicking on the questionnaire and seeing that only the kids is confirmed. Their data will be stored separately in the file. So you'll have a kids result and a parent's result because we use those 2 different questionnaires. Okay, so let's go ahead and click submit. I've already launched my test. So let's see what this looks like day of testing. So I've gone ahead and I've opened up my collection window. So just from my home page in RedJade, I've clicked collection. I've clicked the collection tab here to launch collection. And then I'm going to have check-in open on the computer. So I click on check-in. And you'll see what happens is I'm going to have a list of all of my participants for my test today. So let's say, for example, Aldo Clark comes in. So we type in Aldo, it filters through. I hover over the top. I click check in, and you're going to see that Aldo Clark is a parent. And you'll see his participant code is automatically starts with 1001. So 1001, when we set up our project, was the first ID number for the parent demographic. Okay, so you can see that here. All right, if we go back to collection, so we check this person in, and we go to Alec. We hover over Alec, we check him in. You can see he's in the participant group for children, and he's automatically assigned the first participant code for children. Okay. And you could click submit. He's now checked in. So you can see if we go through this, if I go to Alex Lee's a child, he gets the second participant code for a child. Right? So the advantage of this is twofold. Right? So one being what I explained, in that you can have a completely separate test setup for something like parents and children. Right? Another key feature that people use this for is you can balance your position results by a demographic. So for example, if you're doing a test and you really care about first position results for women and first position results for men, and you want to ensure there are the same number of first position results for males and females, you would set your design block up where you have a different design block for males and a different design block for females, and it's going to balance that first position results. Whereas if you only have one participant group, there is a chance that males and females get different. Now Regged would hand them out in order, but if you had a female come in as 1001, the next female is 1007, and the next one's 1011, you've had 3 females get sample D first, whereas you can balance it easily by having separate design blocks for your 2 participant groups. So it's a good way to provide that balance if you believe that there is a difference between different demographics. Okay, so those are the 2 use cases here. I'm sure there's more, but those are the 2 main use cases for this feature in Regged.